We are going to discuss Indian Corporate Daily Current Affairs series for August 25th. Let's start directly. The first news is coming from ShareChat, which has acquired Circle Internet, which means it's a hyper-local content platform. So, continuing with its inorganic growth strategy, social media startup ShareChat has acquired SAF Partners, which means SAF Partners is a venture and a growth capital fund which is invested in helping Asia's exceptional companies grow from the concept to IPO. Finally IPO. If you look at Google's history, if you look at even Yahoo's history, Sergey Brin, Larry Page and Google, they went to venture capitalists and the rest is history. So having said that, the important thing is that ShareChat has acquired it and it is a safe partner backed Circle Internet, so it's going to do a lot of things, and it is a hyper local content platform. So these are the things which should be extremely important from exam perspective. The second news will be the Happiest Minds get Sebi not to launch IPO. Happiest Mind Technology, it's a corporate, have received market regulator Sebi's approval to float initial share sale. So it's an important news. It can come which of the following has got a Sebi's not to launch an IPO. Now there will be four options and Happiest Mind in August will be a right answer. The next question will be JSW Energy CFO resigns. That is Chief Financial Officer Jyoti Kumar Agarwal has resigned. On personal reasons to look outside the opportunity from the company. But here important thing is JSW Energy means Jindal Southwest Energy. Basically, this is a big group. It's led by currently JSW Energy's CEO is Prateek Jain, and but eventually JSW Group is led by Mr. Sajan Jindal, and moreover, it continues with the legacy of OP Jindal Group. So it works in America, it works in Latin America, that is South America, in Africa. It works in power sector, it works in infrastructure, it works on a lot of things. So basically, private power producer JSW Energy on August 21 has said, and his chief financial officer has resigned to look for opportunities elsewhere from the company. So this is going to be important. Next is NSDL clarifies Airtel. Airtel actually has got received the approval for increase in foreign investment up to 100%. So this has been clarified by National Securities Depository. The next news will be NIIT Tech eyes 1 billion yearly revenue. This is ambitious target, and its CEO is Sudhir Singh, and they're planning to go in the healthcare sector as well. So Mr. Sunil Mittal has hinted that there might be a tariff rise in Airtel in next 6 months or so, so that because low rates are not sustainable in the telecom industry, and he has cited example for the US as well. They're not seeing that 50 to 60 billion, at least $2. I will make a complete feature on this on the Supreme Court, on the AGR, on the Airtel, on Jio and Vodafone Idea, future for Vodafone Idea and Arcom, Anil Ambani's group. So spectrum, everything we are going to cover in that big feature. So next news will IT firms roll out solutions for cut at work home cost. Yani they are trying to reduce cost during work from home, that is called as WFH. So they are going to go for some innovations. The bottom line is they are going for cost cutting, which means they are being impacted. COVID-19 has impacted them really harsh. And the eighth news will be jobs for youngsters dwindle on the job, which means in the age bracket of 25 to 29, 11% account for all jobs, and 46% in this bracket, almost half, has lost their jobs in this particular sector. And moreover, India Bulls, it was in news yesterday itself. In a couple of days back also it was in big news. So these are in talks with Oaktree, and this is their second talk, and which is to raise $200 million, which literally means 1,500 crores. So in depth, and second, this is such deal in the second, it is their second such deal in last 3 months. In previous deals, India Bulls will pledge some developer loans with global stressed asset investor. And here one thing is important from exam perspective: Oaktree will have first right on projects cash flow. I will repeat it again from exam perspective: Oaktree will have the first right on projects cash flows. Now another important Bharti Mittal has said their frontiers competition. Actually, he's setting the benchmark, is raising the benchmark, and it will be interesting to see how these two, Jio and Bharti and Airtel, compete with each other. This is the second largest mobile service operator in the country as of now, and they have made a three-pronged strategy. One is being cost-effective, which Bharti Mittal has himself said it is going in 6 months. He is going to increase tariffs. So how it can be done, and the high-speed internet, and it is going to cost high, and connectivity. So all these three, if you have to figure it out, and with the Jio's strategy, Jio is coming big on this, and with the idea of Vodafone, I don't think they have got a very great future. But if Bharti Mittal is something, and similar statement was issued by Kumar Mangalam Birla, I mean, few months back, and he said that if the tariff is not increased, if the AGR is not being cleared, if the government doesn't help the sector, there will be the future of Idea Vodafone will have to be shut down. And since then, the Idea Vodafone consumers has been switching the portfolio and they're porting their numbers to other operators. So how this statement from Bharti Mittal will impact, it's yet to be seen, but they have made it, but they are raising the benchmark for sure. And in the next news, we are going to cover a lot of things. And having said that, Indian corporate sector and this telecom sector in particular and energy sector, this is going to be of vital importance to the economy. And thank you so much for listening. Have a nice day.